Hey, my guys, welcome to episode 39 of the My Guys Magic podcast. Pete here with our buddy Joe. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Pete? How you doing, man?
Oh, I am fantastic. This week we are going to be diving into the newest set, The Hobbit. So we're just going to run through our favorite cards, what we think is going to be good, and yeah, with that, let's just talk about some Hobbitses.
Yeah. So did you like read any of the Hobbits or Lord of the Rings as a kid?
Yeah, I don't remember anything from when I was a kid. I probably think I drank all that away. Well,
You forgot how to do math. He's like, I
yeah,
can't, I can't, I can't read anymore. I forgot how to
yeah,
read. I did so
yeah. I
much
read,
brain damage.
but yeah, seen all the movies. Probably read most of the books.
Yeah,
Yeah, most of my childhood's a blur anymore.
understood. Yeah, I mean,
Early
I was
onset, maybe.
a baby. We keep talking about how you have an early onset Alzheimer's. Yeah, I mean, I read The Hobbit when I was in the seventh grade and just loved it. It was a fantastic book. It's the best of his books in my opinion. Then read Lord of the Rings later, and then the Lord of the Rings PT was the first PT I got to go to. So I feel like this universe beyond has like a special place in my heart, and I think that relative to the other universes beyond, it fits in the magic like construct, reality, whatever you want to call it, pretty well. Like I feel like the themes are on theme for magic, so it's one that I definitely don't mind. Is this another universes beyond set that you despise, or what? How do you feel about it?
Oh no, no, I agree with you there. This is
Yeah,
it fits with magic, right? So
yeah,
it's not like we're not in New York, so
yeah. There's not hot dogs for
there's
sale or bagels and cream cheese.
no, we got dragons, elves, wizards. I'm in.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we're gonna pick our favorite card from each color, talk about it, and then we're gonna pick our most. We're including artifacts and multicolored, and then we're also gonna pick what we think will be the most impactful cards for standard and modern, right? So,
Yep.
all right, Pete, take us away. Most impactful card in white. What'd you have?
White.
White. Yeah.
Belladonna took. You scroll up here. It's one and a white for a 2/2 and a legendary creature, halfling citizen. Whenever a token you control enters, you gain one life. If this is the first time this ability is resolved this turn, if it's the second time, draw a card. If it's the third time, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. And we were talking before about how many tokens there makers there are in not just standard but magic, right? But tons in standard, right? You got maps, treasures. What else we got?
Clues.
Clues, just
Making 1/1 token guys.
Kithkins.
Elspeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not. It's just easy to trigger, right?
Yeah.
Now, what is that card? So if I make two tokens at the same time, it counts twice, right?
I would assume so, yeah, because it doesn't say whenever one or more tokens, it says whenever a token. So I would assume you would
Yeah,
get two
yeah.
triggers.
So Voice of Victory triggers twice, right?
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
It's card's just nuts, and people were talking about even in playing this in energy in modern.
Oh, playing this?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Because it's just going
I
to be a
could see,
draw card?
yeah, I could see experimenting with it. Might do
Yeah.
something there, but
I mean, it is legendary, so it has that drawback. But could you imagine being able to have multiple of these on the battlefield, like going off with token makers? I don't know. I definitely think it's a tool that can support the mono white tokens archetype or just like a white based tokens archetype. Yeah, I mean, just with Voice of Victory, maybe you could play like a fewer Enduring Innocence and slot in a couple of these. I don't think I would want more than three of these in the deck, but
yeah,
definitely something to test around with.
but yeah, and Boros Mobilize was already a deck in standard. Throw this in there.
Yeah. Yeah, or go kind of more back to a mid-range version. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something here. I had it high on my list as well. Because you talked about that one, I'm going to talk about the Eagles are coming. So the Eagles are coming. is 1 and a white for an instant, and it has kicker of 2 white white. So you can either pay 2 or 6. And then the text reads, choose target creature you own. If this spell was kicked, instead choose any number of target creatures you own. Return each chosen creature to your hand. At the beginning of the next upkeep, create a 4/4 white bird soldier creature token with flying for each creature returned to your hand this way. So
Okay.
even if you go turn 1, 1-drop, make a clue, and then turn 2, let's say you attack, get in for a damage, and then you can return that thing to your hand and make a 4/4 at their next upkeep. But then it also has utility, like if you're playing against a deck that plays sweepers, you can save all your creatures or at least one of your creatures. Maybe save your creature from a removal spell. So I think that this has a decent amount of modality where making a bunch of 4/4 flyers and then saving your creatures from a wrath. Like this card has to be good. I mean, obviously the 6 mana is prohibitive, but 2 mana
Yeah,
for a
even
4/4 flyer is where you have to like ninjutsu your creature or whatever. Like I don't know. It seems pretty solid, right?
yeah, yeah. I hadn't read that card yet.
Oh no.
No, it's,
Yeah.
I skipped right past that one. I was looking at all the other ones.
So yeah, I mean, people were comparing it to like Dawn's Truce, which is give a creature hexproof and indestructible, but then you can
Yep.
give them a card to make all your creatures hexproof and indestructible. So I appreciate the modality on this. Like it makes it a main deck card, whereas like Dawn's Truce is a sideboard card if you're going to play against a deck that either has a lot of removal or sweepers. Whereas this you can play main deck because it poops 4/4s, right? I don't know. I,
Yeah.
I like it that for that reason, but
Yeah, no,
uh,
no. Protect a creature, get a four, save a creature, get a 4/4, get to cast a creature again. Sounds good.
yeah, yeah, and it's on theme for white because usually like your white creatures have some value associated with them. I I want to mention one more card. It's a reprint, Set of the Wreckage, which is 2 and 2 white instant, so 4 mana total, 2 and 2 white. Exile all attacking creatures target player controls. That player may search their library for that many basic land cards, put those cards onto the battlefield tap, then shuffle. I think it's a good card. I can't think of many creatures that we want to exile off the top of my head that have like indestructible or have like some recursive ability that makes exiling them that much more important than just playing Day of Judgment. But from the past, I remember Settle the Wreckage, people being able to play around it, where if you know your opponent is on Settle the Wreckage and they're representing Settle the Wreckage with their mana, maybe you don't attack with your entire team, but that can kind of put you in a bad spot where your opponent it's like a win-win situation for them. You're either not committing all of your creatures to combat, or if you commit all your creatures to combat, you settle them. So there's a little bit of song and dance, but there is a way to play around the card.
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm gonna talk about it later.
So on to blue. I'm gonna go first, if that's all right,
Yeah,
Pete.
what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna suggest that. What do you got?
I got Bilbo Thief in the Night. 1 in a blue, 2/2. Spells you cast from anywhere other than your hand cost 1 less to cast. Whenever Bilbo attacks, you may cast an artifact, instant, or sorcery spell from your graveyard. If an instant or sorcery spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. So, first off, Bilbo is the star of the Hobbit in the book. Doesn't necessarily mean they would follow that, but I think that there's something here. So it has like Snapcaster Mage vibes, but it it has like repeatability there, and it makes the spell that you cast cost 1 less. So obviously Snapcaster Mage immediately has an impact. This, I don't know, if you're playing some sort of ability where your creatures are exiled or something like that, it's going to have an immediate impact in that way. Or you're playing cards from your graveyard. I can't really think of a specific example, but I mean, I know we previously talked about how this could. You probably wouldn't play it in Storm, but
Yeah,
if
people
you
are
cast,
likening it to Dreadhorde Arcanist.
yeah, and that's a good example. I mean, Dreadhorde Arcanist, you cast the card for free
Right.
based on its power, but Dreadhorde Arcanist only has one power, so
Yeah, this you
or this is
cast
kind of
any.
giving you, yeah, this is giving you a discount that's similar, and
Does this
for what it
reduce
matter,
the cost?
what it matters with artifacts, the artifacts you can continue to recast. I can't think of any off the top of my head. I mean, obviously, like Mishra's Bauble, you could just keep recycling Mishra's Bauble, but you're probably not going to be able to keep attacking without losing Bilbo. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It just seems very powerful to me. Plus, there weren't really any other blue cards that stuck out in my mind. I know a lot of people have talked about Riddles in the Dark, but I don't see it. So
Yeah,
what do
like
you?
he reduces the cost for your airband cards, right? So like,
That's right.
so they cost one instead of two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you don't even have to play green in airbending. Oh no, because it doesn't reduce their cost by two. Doc Orlock reduces them by
Yeah, it makes
two,
it
right?
free.
Yeah,
Yep.
it makes it free, so
Yeah.
you still don't have that.
But yeah, I like Bilbo with my colorless card, but we're not colorless yet.
What colorless card?
My precious.
Oh, okay. We'll have to talk about that. So I
Yeah,
think there's something here. I don't know. More to discuss later. What's your favorite blue card?
blue card.
Yeah.
Wizard.
All right. Read it to us.
Wizard staff. One in the blue. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature has prowess. If an ability of equipped creature triggers, that ability triggers an additional time, and has equipped wizard 1 or regular equipped any creature 3. And I just play some wizards. Creature already has prowess, now has double prowess. Prowess triggers twice. If it already has prowess, prowess triggers 4 times.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's, I
Yeah. So
think,
does
right?
it? Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Because it's giving them prowess, and then if it says it'll trigger an additional time, so it has double prowess, so it could have quadruple prowess, which is crazy.
If that works that way.
No, it definitely does. For sure
Judge.
it does. Judge, where we at, Judge? What are some other like crazy trigger effects on creatures? Oh, the bird. We talked about this, I think. Slickshot Show Off is a wizard,
Yeah,
so you equip this for one, cast one spell, or
that's
you like let's say you have four
that's five.
mana. You
That's five because now he has prowess plus
no,
that's
it's
six. So the
yeah. So
prowess will trigger
he'll
twice,
be a
and
seven, right? So you
that's
could
nuts.
yeah. Let's say you have a bird plotted. You cast the bird, right? Then you play this and pay one to equip it, and let's just say you burst lightning them. So it's gonna have 9 power if you have
Yeah,
4 mana and do all that. But so yeah, I think there's something here. I don't know of any other like decent. Again, if you equip this to a otter token, you cast one spell, it gets 4 prowess triggers. Like obviously, paying 3 to attach it to an otter is cost prohibitive, but I don't know. That seems pretty crazy.
yeah.
And then
Give me
there's like the
VV back.
yeah, and then there's all the wizards from Final Fantasy that
Yeah,
have the ping effect, and so they suddenly become like decent
win conditions.
attackers too, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
because you shoot them for 2, and then they get double prowess, right? And they actually become creatures that you can probably attack with. So
yeah.
I don't
I
know,
like it.
something
I'll,
to
I'll,
think about.
and with
I'm not as
with my
high on
red
that one as you are, but go ahead.
with with the Gandalf
Yeah,
seems solid.
yeah. So
But but we'll
let's
get there when we get to red.
okay. We'll just double back. Yeah, that's fine.
Or you want to just jump to red?
Nah, we can
All
go to
right.
red after this, and then we'll come back to black. But I want to talk about Riddles in the Dark.
Oh, perfect. We're jumping ahead.
But well, I think we're gonna do another blue card. We kind of did it with white, so we'll do a bonus blue card. Riddles in the Dark is 2 and a blue for an instant, and it says look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them into a face down pile and a face up pile. An opponent chooses one of the piles, put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. For me, I just think that stock up is better than this card. Playing at instant speed is, I don't know, not it's I don't think it makes it so you look at one less card, right? So you only look at 4. Stock up, you look at 5. You get to pick the best 2, and you keep the information from your opponent. And like, what other cards compare to this one? I mean, I think Consult is better tn this card. Yeah, like it's Sauron's Ransom, but
Sauron, your opponent picks the 4, yeah.
Yeah, they pick the piles, and then you decide which pile you get to keep. Whereas this, you pick the piles, and your opponent picks a pile that you get to keep. So it's reminiscent of Fact or Fiction. Fact or Fiction was 4 mana, look at 5 card, and it was very good in Standard, but we didn't have stock up and Consult the Star Charts. So I don't know. I mean, if you're doing like some graveyard synergies, it has that, but there's still Winter Night Stories.
Some kind of Reanimator or something. I think this is great.
Yeah, but like Winter Night Stories is still available. And I feel like if you're doing the Reanimator stuff, you probably want the benefit of Winter Night Stories. I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I think it's on theme for what Riddles in the Dark was about in the book. So I like that. I appreciate that. But I just don't think it's going to be that good. But we'll see.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go to red and then we'll come back to black. So you can go first and talk about our.
All right, so I picked Gandalf, Goblin's Bane. It's 2 and a red, legendary creature, avatar wizard. He's a 2/3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Gandalf gets +1/+1 until end of turn and deals 1 damage to each opponent. He has an adventure, which is a flame shape, 1 and a red sorcery adventure. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, exile them face down. For as long as they remain exiled, you may play them if you control a wizard. So yeah, him with Wizard Staff, I like it because, turn 2, you cast Flame Shape. Turn 3, cast him, get to play land, whatever you got over there, exile, and then just start with the Wizard Staff. You're doubling the 1/1 counters, or it's basically prowess, right? So he gets +1/+1 twice, deal 2. Great. I can see a blue-red shell with him. And then unban Vivi.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Never happened, but I like him. Just the pinging and the growing. I like it.
Yeah, I honestly see Vivi being banned in Pioneer, but we'll see. So I kind of have an errata on a discussion we had previously. I said that Gandalf would just instantly replace Reckless Impulse or Ren's Resolve in Modern Storm, but I failed to read the last 5-6 words of this adventure. And so for as long as they remain exiled, you may play them if you control a wizard. I feel like that's a pretty important if statement that I missed when we talked about it before. So I don't think it is nearly as good as I previously thought. However, Ral is a wizard, and I think it makes it potentially like playable, but something to consider. Speaking of a judge call, would I be able to cast this as a sorcery if I hit it off of Ral's ultimate? I think so, right?
Cast the adventure side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. And so I'm just looking at wizards, the wizard cards from
Standard?
From Final Fantasy in particular. And I mean, Astrologian's Planisphere turns the creature into a wizard. Yeah, so that could be kind of silly. And then Black Mage's Rod also turns a thing into a wizard. And then there's like the couple spells that make wizards. Kuja makes wizards. I don't know. None of these look particularly stellar. Let me see. I'm just checking Scryfall. Let's see. Type line. How many wizards do you think there are in standard?
50.
145.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're at like 18 sets now, so we're
Yeah,
good.
Arcanus the Omnipotent is a wizard. The backside of Ashling is a wizard, so that's probably pretty good. Because you'd probably be playing this in like a blue and red deck, so playing Ashling Rekindled would probably
Yeah, no,
go in there.
I'll play Grixis Wizards. I'll just meme it up and play Grixis Wizards in standard now.
Yeah, and then there's Balmor, Battle Mage Captain, the blue and red flyer with it's a 1/3, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain trample until end of turn. So just every spell is a +2
Kefka's a
to the
wizard,
team.
right?
Let's see. I think so. Oh yeah, Dark Confidant's a wizard. So double triggers there if you want it.
Yeah, if you just want to kill yourself.
If you just want to die. Let's see. I'm almost there. Kefka is a wizard. So whenever it attacks, each player will discard 2 cards, then you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. Yeah, I mean there could be something
Is
here.
Emer are Emeritus's? What are they?
The not all of the Emeritus, but definitely the blue Emeritus, I'm pretty sure is a wizard.
Yeah.
Let me
So,
see. Emeritus of
um,
Conflict is a wizard, and Emeritus of Ideation is a wizard. But
so
whenever you
you can it
cast,
becomes prepared twice, right? Or no? How would that work?
I don't know. We'd have to read about the prepared ability. It's a
It
status
can't be.
designation, so I don't think it
Yeah, it can't become
triggers.
prepared if it's already prepared. So, so the ability would go on the stack twice, but the second one would probably
Oh no,
fizzle because it's already.
this says while others can become prepared via specific conditions or triggered abilities.
Yeah, I think the second iteration would fizzle once the first
Well,
one
it
resolves.
says it's a replacement effect, not a triggered ability, meaning it doesn't use the stack. If a
Okay,
card
so never
states
mind.
it enters
That's right.
prepared as a static.
Yep, that's
Well, it
right.
says some creatures have triggered or activated abilities that let you prepare them again later during the game, which do use the stack. So I think that you could technically, like, for example, Emeritus of Ideation, we'll just pull it up. So whenever this creature attacks, you may exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, this creature becomes prepared. So there'll be 2 triggers. So it'll trigger, this ability will trigger, you'll exile 8 cards from your graveyard. And then if you cast Ancestral Recall, you could do the ability again.
Oh,
I
because
don't,
both will go on the
yeah,
stack, but it can't
because,
become. It won't be prepared twice at the same time.
yeah. So I don't think there's a way where it would work for like Emeritus of Conflict, right? Because I think
No,
it's
no,
just
it
going to
can't.
see that you cast your third spell and that's it.
Yep.
But
All
yeah,
right.
there could be something there.
Dream,
I don't know. Something to think
dream
about.
crushed.
Dream is lost. Oh yeah, you're
All
trying to.
right. What's your
So
what's your red card?
yeah, we don't have to go far. I just pick Smog. I mean, I think that in general there is something with dragons and treasures in this set. And Boros Dragons was already like a tier 1.5, tier 2 deck in standard. And so I think that the dragons treasures stuff coming out of this set, and then with Sarkin, there's maybe something going on. So Smog the Magnificent is 2 and 2 red for a 4/3 legendary creature dragon. Flying in haste. Whenever Smog attacks, he deals damage equal to the number of treasures you control to any target. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a treasure token. So this card is quite good. I think both from the perspective of like, commander people are going to want this card. And yeah, I mean, just a 4/3 with flying and haste for 4 is pretty good. And then it has like this bonus text of like making treasures each turn. It's a little bit susceptible to removal at 3 toughness, but I think
I
it's
think it's worth it,
still pretty good. So,
right? So hear me out, right? So the Boros Dragons decks play Momo, right? So you turn 1 Momo, turn 2 Sarkin, make a treasure. I mean, even without Momo, you're still casting this guy on turn 3 because
right.
turn 2 Sarkin makes a treasure. So forget let's cut Momo. So turn 2 Sarkin, cast this guy turn 3. And next turn make a treasure, and now you're casting the 5-drop dragon. You know,
Yeah, yeah. No, I definitely think there's going to be a dragon deck, and I think it's going to be very good. So let's kind of talk about some of the other stuff going on. We'll talk about Desolation of Smog. Not a stellar card, right? In and of itself, we were comparing it to Slagstorm. So Desolation of Smog's 2 and 2 red sorcery. Desolation of Smog deals 3 damage to each non-dragon creature. Add 4 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. So I don't think it's a main deck card because if you're playing against control, you don't want it. But I think it's an excellent sideboard card for the dragon deck, and you basically get to play it for free. So you can cast this, kill all your opponent's stuff, and then cast Desolation or the Smog, the Magnificent, or Magmatic Hellkite.
yeah, seems good.
So yeah, I mean, again, people are playing Slagstorm, which costs 3, but this you know you get all the mana back. Obviously, it costing 4 is more prohibitive than something like Slagstorm, but
Right,
in a dragon's deck, I think it's going to be very good. So yeah, you could be dead for sure. You could be dead against like the green landfall decks. So, but you're going to need, if you're playing against the green landfall decks, you're going to need other removal to supplement this anyway that you're playing main deck. So I don't know, just something to mention. I also like this card, just with the treasure stuff that's going on. I think that this could potentially see play. So the Misty Mountains Cold, 2 and a red for a saga. Create a treasure token. So there's 4 chapters, and they all say the same thing. Create a treasure token. Then if you control 4 or more treasure, sacrifice this saga. If you do, create a 6/6 red dragon creature token with flying. So you're making tokens every turn that you can use to either, spend down mana or, so you're going to be ahead on mana over the course of the several turns that you play this, but
And with
I don't know.
Smog, than that, you're just like blasting things every time Smog attacks. Because now you're making 2 treasures a turn.
Yeah. I, I don't know. I think that there's something. I mean, there's something here. There's this other dragon that's Smog Wicked Worm, 3 black red flying legendary creature dragon, 5/5. When it enters, create X tap treasure tokens where X is the number of artifacts your opponents control. So it's not really your opponents probably aren't going to have any artifacts, but it says whenever you cast a spell, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, you draw a card and lose a life. So if you're
Yeah.
utilizing treasures in other ways, this is like a draw effect. So I think that this is a card that you would probably play if you're playing like a critical mass of. I mean, Sarkin and Desolation of Smog, or the Smog the Magnificent, already make treasures, so you're already benefited to play this. And it doesn't say it only triggers once each turn, so you can draw multiple cards off this in a turn if you have multiple treasures. I think there's something here. I don't know. Gotta work it out, see if it's actually good.
Yep, bro it up.
Yeah. So let's go back to black.
Back to black.
Yeah. What did you have for black?
And then there's a few to choose from, but I just went with Gollum, Riddlemaster.
Oh, you did?
Yep. Yeah, yeah. 1 in the black for legendary creature, Halfling Horror. He's a 3/1. As Gollum enters, choose odd or even. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value of the chosen quality, choose one that hasn't been chosen. And then you put a 1/1 counter on Gollum. Each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Draw a card. I just like a 2-mana 3/1, and knowing the decks you're facing, be pretty easy to choose against odd or even, and you'll at least get one of the deals, right?
Yeah.
So you can see him in the mono black. There's mono black deck already. Just mono black skeletons. Throw this guy in there. I just like him 3/1. Make him a 4/2 real quick. If he goes unanswered, just
Yeah.
that it only triggers once, but I don't know. It was either this or the inside information, but I went with this one.
Yeah, I went with inside information. I think it's pretty good sideboard card. I mean, I don't know if we talked about it before. I think if you're playing like the black green stuff, where you're gaining life, you could play
Yep.
this main deck. So it says exile the top X cards of target. So all right, inside information: X black black sorcery. Exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play those cards this turn. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, it seems pretty strong because like outrageous robbery, it's gonna puts you ahead, but you still have to kind of spend mana to utilize those resources. Whereas this is like, right now, so something to think
Yeah,
about.
play this in Jeskai Black. You're gaining life already off of Jeskai Rev and
Yeah,
done deal.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Jessica, again, I think it's still like a sideboard card, was because you're almost never gonna want it against like an aggro deck. Like you don't want this
Right.
against green. You don't want this against
Yeah, no, I can agree with
prowess.
that.
But I also wanted to talk about Head of the Hunt. There's probably not a wolf deck, but so Head of the Hunt is 2 and 2 black, so 4 mana total for creature wolf. It's a 4/3. It has flash, and then it says if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile instead. When you do, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. So this reminded me of Kalitas from back in the day that would make a
Yep.
2/2 zombie. Obviously, Kalitas, you could sacrifice a zombie to increase the size of Kalitas and give it lifelink. But this isn't a a legendary, so now I'm not sure if it works if you have multiple triggers in play, because if you exile with one, I don't think the other one will trigger because it's already exiled. So I don't think if
Yeah,
you
you're
have like
probably
two
right
in
there.
play that you'll get to make two zombies, but I don't know. I think it's still so like Kalitas was a very powerful card in standard when it was legal, and I think that this could be quite good as well, but I don't
No,
know.
I like you. Flash in, block something. Now you got 6 power.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It seems decent.
All right, we did red, we did black. Let's do green.
Green. What do you got?
I I think Sean and I talked about Bjorn the Fierce quite a bit, but it's 5 mana. I think if you get to that point, I don't know. I think like Ouroboros is probably better than this card, but it's big and it makes your other creatures have trample and then gives them +2/+2. So I think it has a home somewhere potentially, but I don't know. Like I don't think you would play this in the Nature's Rhythms build, maybe one, but I think the fact that it can give your creatures trample makes it worth considering like at least one of in the landfall decks. But I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
didn't pick
no,
that. I didn't
it's
pick
got a
that.
lot of words. It's
It's
got a
got a lot
lot
of
of
words.
text. It
It's
can't be
big.
bad.
Yeah, I mean it costs 5, but I don't know if there's like a Bear Lords deck that seems kind of too cute. But
Right, and then what's the last line up there? If you control 3 bears.
you draw a card. Oh, draw 2 cards. Yeah, yeah. It does a lot. Like so, the turn it comes into play if it doesn't die before combat, you're gonna have 2 bears, and so if it gets to another turn, you're gonna draw 3 cards or draw 2 cards, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems nuts.
So,
So what'd you pick?
but I actually picked this guy, Bejeweled Warg. It's a 1 and a green for a creature wolf. It's a 3/2 with trample. And then it says, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on target wolf you control, or create a treasure token. So, like, on the play, this card seems very, very solid to cast on turn 2.
Yeah,
And
3/2 for 2
yeah,
with trample minus the other stuff is
right.
decent rate.
Yeah, I think that generally you're going to be able to get damage in. Maybe you trade with your opponent's creature, but then you're going to get either a +1/+1 counter on one of your other creatures, or you're going to get a treasure token. So it's going to leave something behind. And if it goes unanswered for one turn, whether it's a 4/3 or you get a treasure token and then you still have like a 3/2 trampler, it just seems like a very solid card. But I don't
All right.
exactly. Again, I don't think you can play this in the Nature's Rhythm builds. I don't think it is particularly good in like landfall. So I don't know if a new archetype has to be born for this to be playable, but I felt like its mana cost made it more playable than like Bjorn. So I picked that.
There you go. Yeah, 2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe green black wolves. Do it.
Yeah.
There's the 3 mana wolf lord
Yeah.
and
Chief
the
Ward or
multicolored, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Radagast.
Radagast.
Yeah, I was gonna go with the bear, but I just picked this guy. So
Okay.
Radagast of Rose Goble. 2 and 2 green, legendary creature, avatar, wizard. He's a 2/5. The first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast and can be cast as though it had flash. I don't know. I just think
Yeah.
reducing the cost of your creatures by 2 and giving them flash and green, you're just casting big dude. Somebody's gonna find a home for this probably. Do something cool with it.
Yeah, I mean it gives you 4 mana a turn cycle basically. Like that's pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a 2/5, so
Yeah.
resilient. That was it. It was either that or the bear.
Yeah. I mean, I think that even like Dancing from Dark to Dawn could see play in landfall because whenever a land you control enters, create 2/2 green bear creature tokens, or create a 2/2 bear green creature token, and then whenever you cast a creature spell, put X+1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is that spell's mana value.
Yeah, that's
Seems
it's pretty gross.
solid too. Like I don't know, there's a lot to consider and see how it all shapes out. Let's look at our multicolored
Yeah.
commander. I went too far down.
Yeah, you went way too far.
Sorry. All right, multicolored. What do you got?
I don't know. I just picked Bard, King of Dale.
Yeah, we're like the commander text is getting us.
Yeah, yeah. 4 and a white and a blue. 4 colorless, a white and a blue. Legendary creature, human noble archer. For a 3/5 with reach and vigilance. If you would draw a card, except the first one you draw on in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. So yeah,
And
like we were talking about like a mono white in the mono white token control, right? With Elspeth. He doubles. What's that enchantment from Bloomborough?
what's it do? The
That
one that wait,
makes
what's it
tokens
do?
and draws cards when the talent, the white talent, right?
Oh, caretaker's talent.
Yeah. Yeah, so caretaker's talent triggers you're gonna draw 2 cards, right?
Yeah.
Enduring innocence triggers you're gonna draw 2 cards. So
Yeah.
I think you can do something.
Yeah. I mean
Just
it does cost 6, right? But yeah. I mean the games tend to go long with the mono white tokens anyway. So because they can't kill their opponent. They're
yep.
just like trying to get a bunch of value and like remove all your opponent's creatures and then like beat them down with tokens. So I think it has a
This will
lot of
help the
relevant
beatdown.
text on it. Yeah, a
This
lot
will
of
help the
relevant
token
text.
beatdown plan better.
Yeah,
So
because you're doubling your tokens. Yeah, I mean, I feel like mono white tokens already kind of struggled to play Elspeth just because it costs 5. But the fact that this puts a creature on the battlefield, I don't know, it's something to mess with for sure. I picked the same card. I didn't really. None of these other cards seemed particularly powerful to me. I guess we talked about the red black
yeah,
smog
small
card,
already.
so um,
Yeah.
we'll have to see. I also want to shout out this Bard's company. So it's 2 a white and blue for a 2/3 human citizen. You may cast a spell as though it had flash if you control another human, and then it just says other creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, recruit, and then so draw a card, then discard a card. If you discarded a non-land card, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So it's kind of on theme with Bard, and giving everything +1/+1 in a tokens deck.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something there. I don't know. Again, cost 4, but something to think about. What does Elspeth make soldiers?
Think so.
Yeah, make soldiers, not humans. That's all right. All right, let's do colorless.
All right, what do you got?
I picked the Arkenstone. The Arkenstone is 5 mana for a legendary artifact. Creatures you control get +1/+1. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. And then it also has Seek the Heart. So for 2 and a colorless, it's an adventure.
A white.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 and a white for 3 mana. Seek the Heart, sorcery, adventure. Search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So I was comparing this to was the 6 mana artifact that shut off planeswalkers from old Ixalan.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It is the Immortal Sun.
Yep.
So we'll pull that up real quick. Hold on. I should just. So players can't. So it's 6 mana, legendary artifact. Players can't activate planeswalker loyalty abilities. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and creatures you control get +1/+1. So it has Immortal Sun type texts, but it doesn't shut off planeswalkers. It costs 1 less, but you don't get to draw the card until your next turn. Whereas this, you draw at your end step. So I don't know. There's something.
Yeah, and the fact that you can do something with it on turn 3 also, and then cast it later.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. What do you got next?
My precious.
All right, let's talk about it.
3 mana legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature has hexproof and can't be blocked. Equip 2 and pay 2 life. And it has an adventure. Allure of Power, 1 in a black, as an additional cost to cast this spell. Sack a creature, draw 2 cards. I can see this in like mono black, like Sephiroth deck. This was what I was talking about. You put this on Bilbo, right? And you just get to do his thing every turn.
Yeah.
Hexproof, can't be blocked. Don't have to worry about attacking. But yeah, like this with, Forsaken Miner, whatever, the mono black sack deck.
Yeah, okay. Something there.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about the pay 2 life because you're gaining life off Sephiroth or whatever stuff anyway. I just like it. And the art's sick.
Yeah, I feel like it is not the One Ring though, that's for sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like it's kind of they definitely, for it to be, the One Ring as my precious, and then they did this. I
But yeah,
agree.
like
I think it has some playability, but
hexproof can't be blocked. I like it.
yeah, I think that in the deck that you talk about, right, that mono black aggro deck, I think that's kind of where you would want something like this, where your creatures recur from the graveyard, and maybe you can get your last bit of damage across the finish line.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely standard playable, I think.
so what else we
So,
got? Any other things we want to talk about with this set? Lands. Yeah, any lands? I didn't pick a land, honestly.
no, me
I
neither.
didn't.
There's the 3, and then that's it, right?
Yeah, and then there's like these common things that I don't think any of them will see play.
No, I don't like tap lands.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Then I picked a card I think will have impact in standard.
Oh yeah, what'd you pick?
Well, Settle the Wreckage, because Settle the Wreckage makes combat real fun every time it's in standard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's a blue uncommon called Thranduil's Decree. There, you just passed it.
So
So
4, 2
6.
blue.
Yep, it's 6 mana instant. That's a lot, right? But hear me out. Counter target spell. If a permanent spell is countered this way, exile instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. You could see it in Jeskai Lessons, somewhere I'm like, I got a couple tablets in play. This and
Yeah, for sure, relevant. As like a
stealing,
sideboard card.
yeah, stealing your stuff. If
Yeah,
anybody's playing, so I could see it there as something cute, right?
yeah. I mean, you can cast this on turn 4 with the tablet,
Yeah,
so that's
and
pretty good. Like counter your thing, I'm gonna steal it. Like that's
yeah, if it's a permanent,
if it's a permanent specifically. So, like steal their tablet. I don't know. I guess the thing is like against the other revelation decks, you want to be able to steal their revelation,
yeah, but even
and this is like too slow against some. Well, I guess you can take their Thor because they seem to be playing Thor now.
yeah,
Hmm.
so
Pretty good. I don't know.
no, it stood out to me. That was it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Smog will probably have the biggest impact if this dragon deck is going to be real. I think that this is going to be pretty solid. So
Yeah, yeah. Card seems decent.
yeah, I'm not sure if Bilbo's going to be able to do it, but I, I I don't know. But you said Gleaming Splendor was $70.
That's $55 pre-sale right now.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
I
right.
think it looks like a good set. I mean, we're actually still missing like 30 cards. I don't know what else that they're going to release, but it's a smaller set. I mean, a couple more days we'll be doing pre-release stuff. So,
Yeah, no, the whole set's been spoiled.
oh, so why is it saying we're missing 30 cards?
Maybe that's the other way around.
I don't know.
We could have 233 of 202 because all the box toppers and everything.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what this website's doing.
yeah.
Well, yeah, no, we have everything.
All right, good.
Yeah, I'm
So you got,
excited. See
yeah, me
it
too.
pre-released.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be Friday or Saturday. If we got like some family in town Friday, and then it might be like Saturday afternoon. So,
Perfect.
what time is that? What time do you guys have one on Saturday? Noon.
Noon.
Noon. Okay. Well, hey, man, yeah,
What?
I gotta get
All
get
right.
get gets the works done.
All
Gets the
right.
works gets the works is done.
All right. Get.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it'll be fun. I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah. I'm excited. So let's
All
go.
right, let's go.
All right.
Let's
All right,
go.
my hobbitses.
My Hobbits is
See y'all next week.
peace.